can't eat a powder very easily. So we get our measures, but I've left them at work because we need to use them. We get our measures and we measure out the right amount of the water. We give it a wee shake. We add the water to the powder. And then we shake it. Oh, it's blue. It's red.
Is that wine?
No, it's not wine.
It's not me. It's not me. It's him.
And then we put a label with your name on it and the instructions the doctors asked us to tell you what to use. So another thing that we do in the pharmacy is we sometimes get prescriptions or instructions about making up special ointments. Do you want to see me make up an ointment today?
Yay! Can we use it? No, we're not.
It's not really going to do much. I've chosen one that will have some colour.
It's 4 drops. That looks like an icing spreading night.
It sort of is, yeah. So normally we would clean this down so we don't get any bacteria in it to contaminate the ointment.
Germs?
Yep, germs. Bacteria is a germ. That's good. So we would measure out using our scales how much ointment we need.
It bends.
So we'll use this much because we don't have scales. And then because it's quite cold, sometimes the ointments are a bit hard, so we warm them up with a little bit of heat and movement. So then it makes it nice and... No, you can't stick it in the microwave because medicines are very temperature
You use
sensitive.
hot sauce.
Pardon?
I think you use hot sauce.
No, you don't use hot sauce. We use our hands to heat it up. And we use our muscles. And sometimes...
You like punch it up?
No, well that's what we've got this. This is sort of punching it up. So sometimes we need to add a powder. But see, the powder's a wee bit grainy. So we can either mix it in something like a... Who knows what this is?
A spoon.
A mixer.
So we might put some of this up to grind it up.
Okay, let's just make that.
Right, guys, remember that we've put our hands up and boys in the middle. It's actually giving you a chance. So can you please come and sit down here?
So we'll grind this up and make it into even a finer powder, so it will go into the ointment easier. But we always measure everything in the pharmacy.
Yeah, but what about that thing?
Well, I just thought I'd grind it up because it's a bit coarse. And then we put it in here. And we won't worry about that other one.
Just break it away from the other one.
And see, it's a bit, can you hear it? Sort of, it's a wee bit gritty, so we need to make sure it gets...
It's turning green.
Oh, it is turning green.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just stay sitting. She'll be able to show you in a moment.
It's turning into mint.
Because if we all
A
stand up,
minty color.
Yeah, and so we need to make sure that we spread the drug evenly. Because your skin, did you know your skin is your biggest organ in your whole body?
Dude, what?
And so you can actually absorb things through your skin. And that's why we often get asked to make up special creams.
Like water?
So it's often from a dermatologist, who's a doctor who specialises in skin. There's other medicine that you can get with patches, that they deliver the medicine through the patch rather than taking the pill or the liquid.
Powder on the couch.
I know.
that's all right. Nothing a vacuum cleaner can't fix.
And see how we're trying to make it all the same colour, so then the medicine is all spread evenly. So we have to keep working it in until it's not gritty as well. Because see how it's making that gritty, sandy noise.
Yep.
And some medicines are more soluble in... This is a water-based medicine. So some medicines are more soluble in water than they are in oil.
What would this kind of medicine be used for?
A lot of eczema creams, so people with eczema.
Maybe they could just put it on their feet.
They could, yeah, it could be for, say, some cracked feet.
My sister has eczema.
Does she? Yeah, eczema is very common, especially in Christchurch. Yeah, it could be used for dry feet. This one actually has just got some magnesium and B vitamins in it, but it just makes it a nice colour to show you.
It's brown now.
Yeah.
That's my skin
No, it's
colour.
kind of, it looks like brown.
That's my skin colour.
It does look like your skin colour, yes. And see how it's getting nice and even? So then the medicine can get delivered evenly, because if it was all different colours, some parts of the cream would have a higher concentration or amount of the medicine than others.
I have something to say.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of other ones you can make?
Oh, there's lots of different things you can make. So back in the day, pharmacists used to spend a lot of time making all sorts of medicines.
I wasn't born then.
Pardon?
I wasn't born then.
No.
I was born into 29.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't like a long time ago, wasn't like
1983.
no, like
No,
18.
not 1983.
Probably like 17.
1890.
Like how long ago? Is that what you mean?
I don't know when it was, but wasn't there like a medicine like bloodletting? I think it's called.
I think there was, yes,
Yeah,
I think you're right.
bloodletting.
Yeah, so there has been lots and lots of different things that have changed with medicine, because obviously there's very intelligent scientists who discover new things and how things work.
Can you make another one?
I didn't bring anything else, but,
Excuse me.
but I can show you some other things that we dispense in the pharmacy. So one of the things that we dispense in the pharmacy is
What's
something.
your name?
My name is Annabel.
We can
Pop
see
your
on
hand
the
up
thing.
if you've got a question.
So one of the things that we often dispense in the pharmacy is something called an EpiPen, and this is. And does anyone know what an EpiPen does? Yes.
If you're allergic to something, if you stab it on you, it takes the allergicness away.
Yes. So it helps people who have an anaphylactic shock. Yes, Pippa.
My dad is allergic to bees and he has an EpiPen in his car.
Yeah. Do you know how to use it, Pippa? So I'm going to get Pippa to show you. This is not a real one. It's a trial one. So Pippa's going to. Hugh, do you want to stand up? And Pippa, it doesn't have an injection in it, honey. Doesn't hurt. So Pippa's going to show you how to use an EpiPen, because it's actually really, really important for a lot of people to know how an EpiPen works, because if someone needs an EpiPen, they are going to be quite sick, aren't they? And they're not going to be able to do it themselves.
And we've
Do you-
got
Is it empty?
We have quite a few people in our school that
It
need
is
to
empty.
use the EpiPen, so it's good if lots of people know how to use it, then we can all help them.
So in the EpiPen, it's a very specially designed medicine. I think it was designed by an engineer. So do you want to choose someone, Pippa? Do you want me to choose someone? Okay, so Pippa's going to show you how to use one, because this is actually really important, because if someone has an anaphylactic reaction and people know how to use it, then you will probably save their life. Here we go.
Superhero.
Yeah, so sort of a superhero. I've taken the top off for you. Yeah, so you usually take the top off. Yeah. It's just ready to stand on there. Because it's, yeah. Do you want me to do it? Yeah. So you put it in there, and it has to go in their thigh, because in your thigh there's lots and lots of muscle there. So if you stand here, and Pippa will do it on her thigh. You do it on your friend's thigh. Ready? And it's probably easier on her, because it goes through clothes as well, and so it needs quite a big shove. And then you hold it there, and then let go. So that's a pretty clever medicine. I think out of all the medicines, it's probably one of the cleverest, the way it's designed. Yes.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I have this thing that's sort of like an EpiPen. It's not really at all, but whatever.
Yeah.
So it's, everyone knows about it. It's in my class, pretty much. So it's like this little pen thing that
Yeah.
like goes on pressure points and can.
Oh, so like an acupressure pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yes. And so one of the things I got asked to do is maybe give you some homework or something to do. So another thing, did you know that pharmacists can give adults their vaccinations or immunisations?
What about that?
What about this?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to throw it out.
Okay.
It's just to show you. So something at the moment we're doing flu vaccinations against the flu virus. So I'm going to give you a task about what you think we could do if there was a super bug that broke out.
Super virus.
Yeah, a super virus or a super bug, and the medicines don't work. So that is something that you guys can go away and think about, because every scientist has to start with a great idea.
Antivirus.
Yeah, so you guys can think about how you could solve the problem.
Wait.
No, you can go away and think about it and talk to your parents about how you can survive with the superbug and what you could invent.
Antivirus.
Yeah, so what sort of medicine and what would the medicine do?
Well, I need to. I remember it, but I forgot the chemical.
Oh, no, it hasn't been invented yet, so you have to think about it.
Yeah, I know. I got it from the video.
You have to think about it, so you can go away and think about it.
I forgot the name.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I know what we could do. Everyone wears gas masks, and anyone who is infected gets locked up.
Well, that's something they've probably done in the past.
Wait. Can't we just like figure out like we could just like make superpower vacuums to suck it up, and then we just
Well, that's something
and then
you
we
could
just
think
chuck
about.
it. Then we just chuck it into a nuclear waste. Then we just throw them into a nuclear waste dump.
Well, that's something that you guys need to go away and think about.
Ruben had a really good idea. What was your idea, Ruben?
You find out what's in it and then inject a little bit, a safe amount, into each person.
Oh,
So
that
it's kinda
sounds
like what the flu one
that
is.
sounds like that's how vaccinations almost work. Yes, so that's very good. Yeah.
What are superbugs or superviruses?
Oh, we've got a good question down here.
So
you need to
what are
listen.
superbugs and superviruses? So they are ones that have mutated. You know, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have mutated from normal turtles, but they are bugs and viruses that have mutated, and they can't be stopped by medicines.
Even by that one in your hand?
Well, this one just does the anaphylactic reactions.
I'm gonna try to remember. Oh yeah.
No, but you're going to go away and think about it.
So
Right
tonight,
It
when
was
you go
about
home,
something else.
That would kill
Does-
everyone.
Does anyone have any questions about what I do as a pharmacist or anything? Yes?
How long did you study to be a pharmacist?
That's a great question. So I studied first year at university. We did something called health science, and a lot of people who studied to be any kind of health professional, so doctors, dentists, physiotherapists, and pharmacists, we all went and studied our sort of basic science and English and statistics. And then after that, then we went off for 3 years and studied at pharmacy school. And then we did 1 year when we were working in a pharmacy or in a hospital to be qualified as a pharmacist. Yes?
Have you had anyone come and say vaccinations cause autism because they're silly and stupid?
Yes, we always get people who have their own opinions that are different to science. Yes?
Did a pharmacist stop the plague?
I don't know.
No,
I-
the plague doctors did.
I don't know who did, but that would be a great thing. I'm pretty sure you could find the answer in the library. Yes?
sorry, we need to listen to everyone's questions because they're really interesting. We find out many
My
things.
tiny sister's pharmacist at her school.
Does she? Where's your mummy work?
She works at a place called Enzidame Academy.
Yes, she teaches the pharmacy technicians who often, they come and work in my pharmacy. Yeah. Has anyone got any more questions? Yes?
You could just fill up a, like, so if like somebody gets sick and there's no, and then normal medicine won't work, can't you just use a different medicine?
Well,
Like
sometimes
the usual medicine?
Well, sometimes the new medicines have to be invented, so that's what you guys are going to go away and think about what you can do. Has anyone got yes?
I know a medicine that wasn't invented yet.
Do you? What's that?
Well, you have to get the right ingredient.
Yes, you do. It's sort of sometimes like making a cake. Yes?
I learned how to make acid.
Did you?
So
How
remember,
do you make that?
There's one ingredient I forgot.
Oh, okay. Yes?
So I heard someone say, how did they stop the plague? And the way they stopped it was taking showers.
Was it? I don't know
Yeah,
if that's quite right.
Well, my mum told me because like none of them showered.
There was a fire that burnt.
right, so remember it's asking a question. So lots of these things haven't been questions, they've just been saying something.
Yeah.
So asking a question.
Yes?
So 2 more questions for you.
So, how do you, well, what other medicines do you actually make?
Well, we don't make a lot. A lot of them are made for us.
So my question is, if they're made for you, what do you do at your job?
So what we do, we spend a lot of time talking to people and answering their questions.
Like us?
No, usually our customers, but yes. So when they bring in their medicine, their prescription for their medicines, we take it out and have a talk to them. Or sometimes people come into the pharmacy and they might have a sore wrist, they might have a bad cut, so we help them fix those as well. So
Like
it's not like we just do chemistry, but we do other things to help people. Traditionally, chemists or pharmacists used to just do chemistry.
There's a group in my class that's called chemists.
Is there? Hello.
Are you stationed beside a doctor's?
No, well, I own 3 pharmacies, and one of them is stationed beside a doctor's. Another one is in a private hospital with doctors, and another one is just in the middle of town where there's no doctors.
We'll just go one more question over there. Thank you. Boys, being right.
In the cream that you use for the vaccination, what does it actually have in it?
So vaccinations are generally not creams. It depends what the medicine, like what they're after. So the flu vaccination, they looked at what for the flu vaccination in New Zealand. They looked at what the strains, all the different types of viruses up in the northern hemisphere that were causing problems and making people really sick and dying. And that's what they put in the strain that we have.
My nana died because of getting very sick.
That's my great-great-grandma passed away maybe last year.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I probably need to go and get my daughter, actually, from Kindy. So,
So we have got
There has to
someone
be something that could cure people.
someone who's going to say thank you from all of us. So,
On behalf of all of us, I would like to say thank you. And I liked how you showed us different medicines and how you made them. And this is a gift from Mum.
oh, that's really kind. You didn't need to do that. Thank you.
I definitely learned lots, so that's really good. Thank you so much.
No worries. Yeah?
That kind of looks like peanut butter.
Oh, but it's not.
Probably won't quite taste as good as